Hey there, it's Sandy, and I'm back at it again using my Babylock Solaris 3, same as the Vision. On my journey to try and learn as much as I can about this, and today I'm using a very large embroidery pattern in the machine itself. And so I have hooped on the left side a jean jacket, a white jean jacket, and I figured I would put the pattern that you see on the right side on the back of the jean jacket. I like the way the black and white embroidery designs in the book look, but I like the fact that this one had a little color, and I think this design looks like kind of like watercolor. And I also like the fact that, let's see if you can see this. Here's the design. It's probably not bright enough. Let me show you here. So here's the design, and on this side they have broken down that design by the various segments. So if I wanted to, on the front I could put this little owl across like the top chest. Let's see, there's other ones. There's, you know, the flowers and whatever I wanted to pick from it. There's these flowers here I could put it on the front, or this little bird, which is really cute. I like the way they did that. So I am in this book called the Solaris Vision Embroidery Design Guide, and I am on page 104 if you have that same book. But it's in the machine, and you can see it's under the floral design. Then you push the butterfly, and then you go down to number, let's see, 11. So I have stitched out quite a bit of it, and I am on, okay, I just finished stitching out the gray shading, and so I'm going to change threads and switch it back to the black. And I figure, you know what, rather than me record the whole thing of me stitching this out, because it does take a while to stitch it all out, I will just show you this last part, and then that way you get a good idea of what it's like for this design, this larger design. So I'll see if I can get you in there. See if you can see the design in the top, and then if you make it through to the end, I will pull the thing out and show you the whole thing. So I'll just get this going so that we can get it done, and we'll see how it goes. So this is black, and it's doing a lot of the, it looks like it's some, I'm looking on the screen, leaves, and actually I'm going to trim that little, I don't like leaving these because they can get caught in the design and make it look bad. So I always like to stop and trim. But it's in the lower third of the design. And I'm going to show you, hopefully I don't drop the phone. I've done that before. But that's the part it's doing now, that bottom portion. My husband and I got a new camera, and we've got to learn how to use it, so I might be able to use it for this filming, but it's more for him because he likes to film birds and such. It does have a video recording feature on it, so maybe down the road he'll let me use it. But right now I'm using my phone. So as I said, I have a jean jacket hooped. It's in the largest hoop that came with this machine. 10 5/8 by 16, and it's doing a really good job, knock wood. And I've got on the back, I've got some it's a fusible stabilizer on the back, a mesh, medium weight. And then behind that I have a heavy, I think it's medium to heavy tearaway, because I knew that this had some stretch to it, but with having those two stabilizers on the back, and then I have floating across the top water soluble, so I like using that on almost everything that I do, because it really helps the machine stitches stay on the top. And I know you spend a little money doing that, more money doing it that way, but it's worth it to me, especially when you're doing something like this where you really only want to do it once and you want it to be a good job. This is actually my jean jacket. I don't really sew for anyone. I enjoy just doing stuff for family, friends. Maybe down the road I could do that, but right now I just want to enjoy it. So water soluble on top. That's what you see. It's all wrinkly here. That's because I have it just taped down right now. Once again, I forgot to put it in the hoop, but I had a roll wide enough so that it would fit across the whole design. And I just used like parcel tape on the here on the end and here where it wasn't going to stitch to hold it down. And I think it looks pretty good. I mean, it's working pretty good. You can kind of see as it moves forward what's been embroidered out so far. It's stitching this whole section, so it looks like it's some stems, some leaves. Yeah. And I think it will outline. It's going to put an outline around those shading marks. So the pattern it had 30,300 stitches, and it said it would take 53 minutes. That's stitch time. That doesn't count, you know, a minute or two. It doesn't take a minute. It probably takes me 30 seconds to change thread, but that doesn't count for when you stop and change thread. So it says 53 minutes to stitch out the whole thing. 21 whole colors, total colors. Right now, out of the 30,300, we're on 20,400, around in there. And out of the 21 colors, I have gone through 15. And it's 53 minutes long, but I've gone through 36 minutes so far. So we're at 8 minutes so far after I got things going and started to stitch again. So that means I still have, you know, some time to go. If you feel like sticking with it, continue to join. If you like what I'm doing, give this video a like, make a comment, subscribe. As I said, I've been on a journey since I got this machine last fall, and I like to try something new, but I had to take a break because I went on vacation and working on reorganizing the room so that things are more ergonomic, and I have some chronic pain issues, so I wanted to make sure I had everything set up as good as I could before I started back. Went on my little vacation, working on some other projects. I just released a very short video of a very colorful quilt I'm working on. And so, I don't just do machine embroidery, and I do sewing, and I have other sewing machines in this room, so I don't always use this machine to do the sewing. So So, but I do like to use it for machine embroidery, and I tried couching. There's some couching videos out there, which I thought that was very cool to do. And I have the 30-foot kit that I bought when I got the machine, so I really would like to sometime down the road use those feet, really learn how to use them, so I use them more. But that's down the road, because my goal here is to finish this jean jacket. And so I'm doing this on the back. On the front, I might do the little bird that you see on the left side over here. I might do that, or I might do the little owl that it's going to stitch out down here on the bottom. I haven't decided. Once I get this unhooped, I'll look at the front and decide which one, or maybe both. I don't know, depending on how things look. My sister had a really cool jean jacket that she bought that had a lot of embroidery on it. It was down the arms, down the back, down the sides, on the front. I'm not going to do that, but it was very cool how they did that, and I'm sure they must have had it done it while it was flat before it was constructed. So I won't be doing that much, but I will be doing something on the front. So my plan is to finish this jacket. Then I want to do, there's a very large pattern in the embroidery design book. It's a peacock, and I do want to do that, but I don't think I'm going to film it because it's like 2 hours just for all the color changes. And I might film the end of it or something, but I'm still looking for the garment and the fabric to sew that on and embroider it on. So I'm not ready to do that, but I also purchased from my local sewing center, Sewing Source in Lakeville, Illinois, 2 books. One of them has to do with IQ Designer and projects that you can work through. I can work through on that. And the other one is another project book. I don't have them right in front of me, but my goal is to pick projects out of there and work on those. And in between, I will be working on quilts, because I have like 5 quilt kits that I really want to finish, and they're for presents. Most of them, 1 or 2 of them are for me, but most of them are presents. My eyes see the color and they just want to do it all. Yeah, we had Mother's Day in there. Pretty soon we'll have Father's Day. Been working on a little bit of card making, not too much, but I want to get back into doing that again. So I might put a card making video out there just for fun. I'm just Stampin' Up, and I'm more of a hobby demonstrator, but I do have a website that I put out my comments. And I also like Shaklee nutritional products, and so that's also in my description area of this video and all the videos I make. I also try to put out there my local sewing business, because we need to support our small businesses, and there's, every day you see or hear about another small business that's closing, especially when it comes to craft like sewing. I think the main reason why I enjoy doing this and sharing is sharing with other people things that I've made is not so I can make it for them or brag or anything. It's because I just want to share the love of sewing, because there's so much that you can do with it. There's so much that I have done with it in my life, and I just wish that I could pass that along, however, to as many people who are interested. So I know not many people have machines like this, if you do and you find this useful, that's great. If you don't, if you're like I was, you can't afford a big machine like this until I was retired. I mean, people seem to be more ahead these days than we were as young couples, married couples, but I had to wait until I retired. And then I finally got my machine. So looks like I need a new thread, 3764, which is let me see. Oh, I don't have that spool. Let's see what we got here. I have to change the thread. It's only for a little, it's for the front of the owl. Cool. We get to do the owl next. Excuse me while I look this up. I was going to try a live session, but I wasn't sure if this was the right project for it. Okay, 3764, 17R. So it's kind of like a gray blue. I think I'm just going to do, that's interesting that they would put that color on the front of an owl. But I'm just going to do it. Maybe I should pick a gray or blue. It's probably coordinating with that other blue. I'm going to move you out of the way a little bit. One moment while I change the thread. And it will only take me like a minute to thread this because I had to actually look for it and mount it to my thread rack. I was saying that I always wanted this machine or an embroidery machine, but I could never afford this one. And then after caring for my mom for 3 years and helping her pass to the next world because she was almost 99 and that's what she wanted. She didn't want to go into a nursing home. So I helped take care of her. And she left us in June of 2022, June 7th. So our anniversary, 2-year anniversary was last week. So I had just a little small inheritance from her, and that's what I decided. It's all of it. And I have a really nice local sewing store rep that helped me figure out everything that I needed. Actually, when I went in there, I wanted just the embroidery machine. And after looking, I think it's called the Meridian. After looking at that one and then comparing it to this one, I loved the fact that this one has a projector. So, for example, I have an really old embroidery machine. It's like 25 years old, and I waited all that time to upgrade it, totally replace it, because they had no way for me to like import designs and such. So I figured I'm going to look and see what they have to offer. This machine has a projector, as I was saying. And in my old machine, that was 25 years old, you really have to you really have to make sure that when you hoop the project, that you get everything just right. And if you're off, sometimes you got to rip things out. And, okay, I'm ready to go on this next part. This one has a projector. So before, I did mark the center. Oh, that doesn't sound good. One moment, I'm going to back you up. Sorry, this happens, right? I got to say okay, and then I got to back it up because we're on thread 18. Okay, I don't think it got in the tension right. So I'm going to do it again. That's one bad thing about filming the way I'm filming right now, is because I'm afraid to hit the camera. Sometimes I'm off center, and it's it doesn't get into the thread guide the way it should. Hopefully it's there now. Sounds better. So this, I did have the center marked, and I could use, there's a left, right, middle, top, bottom. There's a way you can progress this hoop around to make sure you're in the center, and make sure you like where it is across and up, and and I did all that. But because this is such a large pattern, and it's nice that I was able to actually project this whole image, the whole design, on top of this jean jacket, so that I could make absolutely sure that all of these little things were like within, right here, there's a seam, the double folded seam. There's one on this side too, and I had to make sure that it was within, the widest part on each side was within those two seams. And then the top and the bottom, because there's a double seam at the top, like jean jackets do have. And I had to make sure that the top and the bottom of the design fit where it should and looked right. And I even used the angle features of this machine, because you can change where it's located, up, down, left, right. You can also change the angle. Okay. So if it's tilted, you can tilt it back. There's all kinds of things you can do with it. But the projector is wonderful. And it also has a scanning feature. And that's another video that I would like to work on, is using the scanner. I've done that before, so I can use it. I use it to line up quilting, when I'm doing quilting in the hoop. But you can also use it to scan in images, and through IQ Designer. So now it's doing the words "nice day." When I'm done with all of this, of course I'll rip off the back gently, but I'll just gently tear off this water-soluble stabilizer on the top here, and then I'll use some cold water to make the rest of it disappear. Might have to rinse it, because this design is, like I said, it's kind of like a watercolor design, and so it's not stitching real dense. It reminds me of how when you paint, when you're doing watercolor, you just kind of dab your paint and use the water to push it around, and it's not, as you can see, it hasn't filled in the whole area. And in areas it looks like it's off, but it's not. In this nice word, it's not completely filled in like some, you know, box letters would normally be filled in. It's really like to me it looks like a draft, but it's meant to look that way. It's really cool. They have a bunch of 1 minute. They have a bunch of designs in the design guide that are black and white. I debated whether or not to do that, but I really like the color, as I think I said before. So there are 8 minutes left, and actually, let's see, yeah, most of it is this black, and we're already through most of the black. It's going to stitch out all of this on this section down here, and then we'll be done. So it's doing the nice day words, as I said. So this machine has a lot of bells and whistles on it. I waited a long time to get it. Dreamed about having a machine like this for so many years. I actually wanted a very large multi-needle embroidery machine at one point. I think those were like $35,000. So I wanted to do that when my kids were growing up, but we never could afford it, so we just worked my regular job. And then after I was done taking care of my mom, I treated myself, finally. I think she'd be happy. There's the little owl. So see how they put blue on his chest? I was mostly following the colors that they recommended. Okay, the black, it's going to stitch out this black design, the part of the design that's black. And then there's, once it stitches it out, it looks like there's a yellow. Yeah, and a red, and then it will be done. 6 minutes to go. The only part about using this big hoop is when it's on, when most of the hoop is on the other side of the machine, I always get concerned that it's a lot of weight. But you really shouldn't touch the hoop, because I know if you do, sometimes it will cause it to jump. So I don't like to handle the hoop. I can't really put anything under it or anything, but it's a strong machine, so I'm sure they wouldn't make this hoop if it wasn't built to withstand that pressure. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna fall out of the hoop, but I got it tightly hooped, and it is just embroidering in this section, even though that part of the hoop is hanging over. So it'll be fine. Yeah, I really like that owl, but I probably am going to put the bird, little blue bird, on the front lapel. Not the lapel, like the front top part of the chest, the front of the jacket. When I do that, I'll probably use that tearaway that's sticky and use a smaller hoop, use some of that sticky tearaway on hoop it, and then scratch it and stick the front part of the jacket down where I'm going to embroider away. That should work. And I'll probably stick some more tearaway on the back of it, just like I did this one. because it looks like it's working out very good. So this is so cute. It's stitching the branch. So this whole owl with this branch is a part of the design that I could, if I wanted to, pick from this machine and stitch out somewhere else on the jacket. It's really, really cute. Yeah, so the next one is 524. Okay, you know that's the yellow. And it's gonna stitch out another design here, and the yellow goes there. It's fun to watch it too, because that screen I showed you on this screen, I see that green arrow or cross right here. It's showing me where it's stitching, so that's how I can tell where it is. So yeah, it's doing the leave. Looks like it's got one. It's working on this one, then it's got one more, and then 3 more, and then one of those flower sprays. I'm really happy that it looked like it's stitched out good without stretching, because I did another jean jacket when I first got the machine, and I have done a lot of machine embroidery in my lifetime, a lot, and but I didn't do too many jean jackets, and the one I picked from my granddaughter was a stretch jean jacket, and I don't think I stabilized it right, because when it was stitching out the really dense design, I could tell it stretched. So I'm really glad that this one I stabilized it better. Yep, now it's time to change threads again. Oh, one more leave, then I do it. And then I will change it to the yellow for 1 minute, the red for 1 minute, and then we'll be done with the back. And I'll be able to take it out and show you. So good thing I didn't show you the whole thing, right? Because this video is already 32 minutes, and I just showed you half of what I did. Looks like it's doing the eyeballs next. Taking the thread out. Now I'm going to get number 524. If the camera wasn't in my way, I could thread it even faster. Yeah, it always flips like that. There we go. Start. Hopefully I got it in the tension good. Sounds okay. Turn me a little bit. I'm just gonna try and clip that thread. Okay, here we go. It's got the little flower sprays. One more color. One more yellow blob. Okay. Okay, take the yellow out and put in our last color. Okay. And this is the, kind of looks like a heart, but yeah, it does look like a heart. One more. So I'll take it out of the machine, the hoop out of the machine, and I'll show you the whole thing. I'm going to back you up when it's done. Okay, I'm backing you up. I'm going to clip the thread and take the hoop off gently. So here is, I'm going to hold the camera there. If you can see it, there it is. Perfect. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Again, if you like what I'm doing here, tell me and give the video a like, make a comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Bye.